What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 117, and we start today's episode off with a game against Real Madrid here in La Liga at El Sardanera. And also as well, I want to say a quick apology for the lack of episodes in this series over the past few days. Obviously, you may have been watching my career mode videos, you may have picked up in the description and in the comments as well. I haven't actually been uploading as much as I should have been, and I can only apologize for that. Had some personal stuff to deal with and still dealing with it right now, but I can only apologise for having a few days without an episode in this series. But also as well, in this episode I will be discussing a possible change to this series as well. You can probably tell what it is by the title, and I'll be needing your feedback as well. We'll get to that in a minute, and there you go. Just wanted to put that apology out there straight away for the lack of uploads over the past few days. Still, yeah, we do take on Real Madrid for the first game of today's episode here in the Liga, and the first chance did fall to the away side. David De Gea making a really good save in the 25th minute though. Another great chance for Real Madrid. Some nice passing, saw Ronaldo break free, but his shot went wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. So still 0-0 in this game. Real Madrid looking pretty threatening early on though. In the 39th minute we had our first chance of the game. Paco Candela fake shots around his man down the left hand side, uses his pace to keep on going, takes aim as well, but the goalkeeper Blažević makes a really good save and it's cleared away by Real Madrid. So still 0-0, but in the 58th minute another good chance here for us. Paco Candela plays it through towards Isco, the former Real Madrid player, takes it around his man with a step over, plays it off towards Jesse Rodriguez, another former Real Madrid player, but again the German goalkeeper was on hand to make a really good save. So still goalless in this game, both goalkeepers doing pretty well as things stood. In the 74th minute though, another great chance for us as Morata takes it around Sergio Ramos, gets tackled by Moreno, and the referee awards a penalty to Racing Santander. Now you guys know already at the start of the season we've won some dodgy penalties, and this one was, I wouldn't say dodgy, but it was certainly debatable. Moreno does win the ball, but you can see that he does come through Morata on the side, and I don't know, it's one of those where some referees give it, some referees don't, some referees say clean challenge, some referees say you won the, you made contact with the man first before winning the ball. It was one of those which was debatable, and you guys know the rule. When it's a debatable penalty, it's always chipped down the middle. That's how we do things. I wasn't sure. I can see some referees giving it and some referees not, but I chipped it down the middle, gave Blažević a chance of making it, keeping it 0-0, sorry. But it does become Racing Santander 1, Real Madrid 0, because Blažević, the goalkeeper, it's always interesting. Whenever I chip the ball down the middle, usually the goalkeeper dives to one side. This time the goalkeeper doesn't dive to one side. He stands up, but he falls backwards as the ball clips the underside of the bar and trickles into the back of the net. And yeah, it's just, I give the goalkeeper every chance of saving it. I can't do more than that. And he falls backwards at a hilarious speed, and it's Racing Santander 1, Real Madrid 0. So Jesse Rodriguez scores against his former club, and we do take a 1-goal lead in this game, and this guy is going to set a new record for penalties scored in this single season. I already know it. Still, it's 1-0 to Racing Santander. However, 1-0 soon became 1-1. Real Madrid equalised with 8 minutes to go. A lovely through ball saw Marcelo, the Brazilian left-back, sprint clear, and what about that for a finish as well by number 12? That is absolutely superb. Right into the top corner, and David De Gea has absolutely no chance. So Marcelo makes it Racing 1, Real Madrid 1. In the 88th minute, a great chance for us to steal all 3 points as Pedro Obiang fake shots around his man down the right hand side, keeps on going, really nice run, drills in across. Conscious Salas is in the area to win the shot, but it's well stopped by the goalkeeper Blažević, redeeming himself and keeping it at 1-1. And the final chance fell here in stoppage time. A great chance for Real Madrid to nick all 3 points as De Tomas on the ball offloads towards Muller, back towards De Tomas, plays it through towards Luka Modric. The Croatian strikes it, but it's a really good stop by David De Gea, and he turns it behind for a corner, and it was how the game would finish. Racing Santander 1, Real Madrid 1. I think a point was the right result. Both teams played pretty well, to be honest. We won, again, a relatively debatable penalty. I gave the goalkeeper the chance of saving it, but he just fell back in comical fashion. And, I think Real Madrid had a lot of chances. De Gea made a couple of big saves. That one late on was really good. And, yeah, I think a draw was probably the fair result in that game. So I'm pretty comfortable with the point as well, because obviously Real Madrid won the better sides in the league as well. To draw the game and avoid defeat is always nice. And as you can see, that's only the first time this season which we've failed to win. Out of 5 games, we've won 4, and that draw also means we still, yet to lose a game this season. So it would have been nice to get the win, and we had 8 minutes to go before the final whistle. We were leading. Of course, we threw away that goal which Marcelo scored, but it's still a decent point, and I'll take it. And we take on Real Sociedad for the second of 3 games in today's episode here, as we take on David Moyes' men away from home. And the first chance fell in the 10th minute, and the first goal also fell in the 10th minute. Isco getting the goal. This guy, of course, we signed him on a free contract last January, so he came in the summer transfer window, and he's already looking like a real handful for opposition defenders. defenders, playing him in the attacking midfield slot. He looks so threatening there. And of course, Oliver Torres played in that slot, you know, frequently in the past 3 seasons. Isco's coming to play there though, and he just looks fantastic. He's such a monster when it comes down to dribbling, great awareness, and, you know, setting teammates up for assists, or even going through to score himself. It's 1-0 to Racing Santander. Rodriguez had a good chance to make it 2-0 in the 33rd minute, but the goalkeeper made a really good save, and it was still 1-0. And this was a game where we did rest a lot of players as well, due to it being a midweek game. As I mentioned before, with this Racing Santander team, stamina and fatigue is usually a problem. So I rested a lot of players, but the first team players that are out there were doing a pretty decent job. Isco had our goal, Rodriguez was looking pretty threatening, and also David De Gea made a really good save there to keep it at 1-0. In the 70th minute, we had a great chance to make it 2-0. A different corner routine for me saw Porto strike the ball from just outside the area, but the goalkeeper made a really good save and kept it at 1-0. And from the resulting corner, Moy Gomez swings the ball in towards Ranieri Guza. It's headed away, it comes to Christian Porto, but this strike is way off target and goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. So still Sociedad 0, Racing Santander 1. But with 8 minutes to go here, we were still in the lead by a goal to 0. But as Sociedad went on the break down the left-hand side, Capilla crosses the ball into the centre, looking for Carlos Vela. Schwarzer heads it away, but doesn't fully deal with it. Inigo Martinez cushions it down. Eventually it falls to the number 9, and sadly for us, Sociedad do equalise with just a few minutes to go. Have to say though, David De Gea, I really think he should have saved it. He's a world-class goalkeeper, 85 overall. It's straight at him, and he seems to collapse his body, and in the end it's a shot which I think he should have dealt with really. But regardless, Sociedad 1, Racing Santander 1, and just like the Real Madrid game, we were leading, and then with a few minutes to go in the final 10 minutes, we throw it away, and it's now 1-1. Concha almost scored a superb solo goal right from kickoff, but the goalkeeper made a really good save and did keep the score level. But the final chance fell here in the 89th minute. We crossed this corner in, and Al Brahim does win us the game with 30 seconds of normal time remaining. And I brought this guy off the bench. He's one of our academy players. He's got the, I think it's the showing great potential tag, so he does have a future here at Racing Santander if he gets enough game time, but he's probably going to be a squad player this season at most. But he does get, I believe, only his 2nd goal for the club. I'm not really too sure about that one, but regardless, it's certainly not his 1st goal for the club, but it's certainly not, you know, to add to an ever-growing collection. He hasn't scored too many times, but he does score here. It's his 1st goal of the season regardless, and it's Sociedad 1, Racing Santander 2, and it was how the game would finish as well. We win it in the final 30 seconds of normal time. Al Brahim coming off the bench, heading in the corner, and making it 2-1. So delighted with that, and the start of this season has been really good. You know, 6 games in, 5 wins and 1 draw, and of course that draw being against one of the better sides in the league in Real Madrid. You've got to be happy with that start. And of course, as I mentioned already, last season we won the title with Racing Santander for the first time ever. This series is all about progression. I don't want to go back down to 2nd, 3rd or 4th place, or even outside the Champions League places. I want to win the title again and again and again, and I really do believe that with this team we can do it. Still, we take on Osasuna for the 3rd and final game of today's episode here. We're top of the table, Osasuna are bottom, and the question I had for you guys was, do you guys want me to start simulating some games from this point onwards in the series? Because this is a game which is pretty much a banker, to be honest. We come into this game top of the table, Osasuna rock bottom as well. We're undefeated so far at home. We scored the 1st goal in the 15th minute here, and I kind of knew coming into this game we were going to get the 3 points. Morata opens the scoring for us, and I basically just want to ask you guys the question, do you want me to start simulating some games? Because obviously right now, you know, there's still a long way to go in this series, or so you'd imagine. We still need to win the Champions League, we still need to win some international trophies with Spain. We're still not the best squad in the world, which is the overall aim of the series really, with Racing Santander, and the best country in the world with Spain. So do you guys want me to simulate some games to speed the series up a little bit? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm perfectly happy playing all the games if you like, but there are some games like this one, as Oliver Torres makes it 2-0 in the 22nd minute, where, you know, we knew right from the off we were going to be dominating the game and probably picking up the 3 points. And these sort of games just sort of prolong the series a little bit, because yes, it's always nice to show the games, and if we expect to win the games, it's always good to show them. If we get the win by a few goals, for example, show some really good gameplay. But if it prolongs the series and these are bankers for us, you'd expect us to win them 9 times out of 10. Maybe it'd be better to simulate them just to speed the seasons and the series up a little bit. It's up to you though. Let me know in the comments down below. Would you guys like me to start simulating some games? Yes or no? I mean, obviously not the majority. You know, we wouldn't simulate like 9 games out of 10. But it's these games right here where you expect us to get the 3 points. With 3 goals up here in the 33rd minute, Borja Lopez gets his 1st goal of the season, and you know the game was effectively done. So this game basically at the end of the episode could have been used for another game, which would have been a bit more competitive. Let's just say that. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. I just want to do what you guys want. So do you want me to simulate games? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments down below. Still, we were 3 goals up in this game and cruising, to be honest. Osasuna were just just all over the place really. Isco then hit the post here in the 40th minute, and they just couldn't defend, and it was a surprise as well because they were led at the back by the big man Albin Toza, of course a long-term servant of Racing Santander. We sold him in the summer, didn't think we'd need him, and on the basis of this game I'm glad we did sell him. He was all over the place defensively, couldn't mark for Toffee, and his positioning was all over the place as well. He looks so slow and sluggish, which isn't a real surprise for a 6'4" centre-back. He doesn't have too much pace, but even so, he was all over the place. We were 4 goals up in this game going into the break, and it was just a really routine victory for us. As you can see, in the 75th minute, we had another great chance to make it 5-0. Rano Delgado off the bench plays it through towards Oliver Torres. Torres fake shots around his man, goes down the right-hand side, beats him for pace, keeps on going and shoots, but it goes just wide the post and behind. So still 4-0 in this game. But we were going to get the 3 points anyway. We're in cruise control for the entire 90 minutes, really playing much better than our opponents. And we did get ourselves the 5th goal here as well. Oliver Torres picks the ball up and shoots. The goalkeeper parries it straight to Al Brahim though, and he gets his 2nd goal in 2 games, coming off the bench for a 2nd time. So Racing 5, Osasuna 0, a big win for us in a game we thoroughly expected to win. Really pleased with that. The undefeated start to the season continues. It's been a really good start, and yeah, a very convincing win for us there. But that does end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Club and Country, then please do leave a like. It's much appreciated and really does help my channel out. Of course, you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to. Sorry for the lack of uploads over the past few days, and also don't forget to tell me in the comments whether you'd like me to simulate some games or not. And I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.